Hi everybody, tennis coach Robert here from carlbo Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the stance, the beginning of the serve, okay? So we're going to talk about why we need this particular stance and why this stance is effective, because we have to think about tennis in terms of a couple of different things. We talk about the tactics and the technical things. So from a tactical point, what I want to do is get the ball in the court with some direction to make it difficult for my opponent to hit the ball back. So I need to make sure that, for example, if I'm able to get the ball in and also to work with direction. So many times we'll see players come over here, and we see professional tennis players, they get into a stance like this and they're trying to hit the ball straight down the line accurately. And the pros can do that because they jump, and when they jump in the air, their feet will adjust to land properly this way. But many times players will go ahead and stand in a position like this, and I'm trying to hit the ball, let's say down the line or straight down. So I get into a position like this and I'm trying to hit down the line, and it's very difficult because I can't rotate properly. I put these lines here as an alley, and I want to hit the ball straight down the tee. And it's effective and important for me to be able to hit down. Let's say if I'm in the deuce side, I'm playing doubles, I want to be able to hit the ball down the tee to set up my net person, for example. Or if the person has a weak backhand, or I see some kind of weakness that's going to give me an opportunity to be able to exploit the other player's weakness, okay, make it difficult for them and eventually make them make a mistake. So I need to be able to be accurate. Most of the time we hit the ball and we hit the ball hard, or we hit it in some kind of capacity, and we hit it right in the middle, and we don't have any direction. But we need to make sure we get the ball in and we have direction. So this is important. So we talked about the throw. So if I want to throw the ball straight, if I'm in a position like this, my stance is this way, it's very difficult for me to rotate properly. I'm not able to get all the rotation going. It's hard for me to throw the ball properly. But if I'm able to turn my foot forward and go this way, I'm able to get the ball straighter. So when we're serving, we want to use the same type of principle. We want to make sure that we get the ball inside this particular target area. So the best way for us to do it is to have our feet similar to what we did in the underhand serve, the start. So I'm going to use this as a guide. My left foot, my right foot is parallel with the side, with this baseline right here, and then my left foot is pointing at 45 degrees towards the net post. Okay, so right now I'm just going to try to work on aiming straight. So from this particular point, I can get here and I have more success on hitting or throwing the ball straight. If I have a position like this, it is much more difficult for me to rotate. I'm just going to be stressing my knee, I'm going to have injuries and so on. And I see a lot of recreational tennis players, they get into this position here, and then they will adjust their feet to try to get the ball into the right spot. So we have issues with toss, we have issues with footwork, foot fault, pardon me, and so on. So we get into a position like this, they still adjust their feet to get something in this particular situation. So if we can go ahead and start with the proper stance, like I talked about in the underhand serve, we have this parallel with the baseline, and this at 45 degrees. I'm able to point at the target, draw a line, pivot and turn, and hit the ball straight. We want to make sure that we have accuracy and direction. So I'm going to go ahead and serve this ball. And this ball is able to go straight down towards my target area, and that's what I want. I'm going to have much more success doing this if I'm able to have my feet in the right position. So we see professional players, they will go ahead and they will get into a stance like this. They're just doing the basic things that we talk about, just a little bit better and with a little bit more control and accuracy. Okay? So they get here, they will bend their knees, okay, and they will load, they get more power with the legs, and then they will go up and they will turn, and their feet are going to land in a position similar to this. So it's going to be very similar to the serve that I just did here. But when the pros go ahead, they start with their position like this. They bend their knees, they load, and they jump, and their position ends up very similar to just this motion right here. So in order to get to the jump or increase power, we need to first make sure we can get the ball in, have direction, and have control. We want to be able to do this under all types of pressure situations so that we can accurately hit the ball straight down the tee. So for this particular exercise, we can also work on making some changes and have it go this way, and then we'll be able to serve the ball out wide. So it's very important that we have the stance in this particular situation here up, and we're able to hit the ball right along the tramway. So for now, I'm just trying to aim the ball straight down this particular alley. So I've created an alley right here. I'm not too concerned about if the ball goes in or out in terms of the service boxes to the side, okay? I'm looking for that area here. Very good practice for us to work on in terms of accuracy is always try to find alleys to hit into. So the doubles alley would be a good place to practice, because if I can hit the ball straight and I change the direction, I can hit the ball wide, and I have a plan. So we really need to make sure that when we start with the serve, we have a good base, and the base also is going to be important for us in terms of relaxing and having good balance. I'll talk more about the base in terms of the toss and how it's important to have the toss in the right spot, because otherwise we move, and that's another upcoming video to help you with that. We need to make sure that we are in a relaxed position. When we go into the mental part, we go through our rituals, we get into a position like this, relax before we go ahead. So this basic stance is very, very important, okay? So again, just to remind you, we want this foot here at 90 degrees, this one at 45. The toes basically going straight here, so that if I were to draw a line, I wouldn't cut my foot, I would cut my toenails right here like this. When I'm able to do that, I'm able to get up, rotate my hips, hit and follow through. I hope you enjoyed this video on the stance. I look forward to doing many more. And if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you very much.
For more information on Carlbo Tennis, visit www.carlbotennis.com. If you wish to email Coach Robert, please do so at robert@carlbotennis.com, or visit his Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Carlbo Tennis. Tennis for the people. This video was an ADCI LLC production and was filmed at the North Pinellas YMCA located in Palm Harbor, Florida.